evening. My name is Mirabel. I'm from United African Organization, and with me tonight is Ingwan, a young lady from Cameroon,
Yes.
Who's going to talk to us about women's health, mental health, and just the general health of women, as well as one of a very special topic that she came about and we found her on Facebook. Good evening, Ingwan. How are you?
Good evening.
I'm happy to have you here.
I'm happy to have you here.
Well, October is Domestic Violence Month, and we are here to talk about a special topic that you actually came out with.
Yes.
Okay. Well, so I'd like to hear from you about this topic.
So my name is Enlara, and I am an advocate for reproductive justice, which is a combination of reproductive right and social justice. And so I collaborated with a friend, Nora, and we wrote an article. It's called Uncle Stop Touching Me. And so this article is just basically telling those uncle in our community, in quotes, that it's not right to touch us without our permission, without consent. It's not okay that you sexual abuse us and you put us through this triggering trauma that we have to suppress or relive. And so she had 2 stories that she shared on the article, and I had 2 stories as well. And so we came together and just started this conversation.
Okay, so what made you want to talk about this topic?
I'm a huge advocate for gender-based violence, domestic violence. I was trained actually to facilitate conversation against violence against women and same-sex violence, and so just sexual assault and all of that. Being that October is Domestic Violence Month and Sexual Assault Month, I was like, I cannot let this month go by, especially now that I am 5 years of age. I have to put this that I've had in my mind on paper. And so for me personally, it was a little triggering to write this by myself. That's why I had a collaboration, and she was more than willing and flexible to kind of, assist me in going through this.
Well, first of all, I'm very proud of you for speaking up.
Thank you.
Not everybody have the courage to come out and speak up about such topics.
Yes.
It makes everybody uncomfortable.
Yes, it does.
A lot of people won't speak about it because it's shameful.
Yeah.
And you're able to come out and speak about it.
Thank you.
So definitely right there is the courage to come out and be yourself and be honest and stand up for something that will not only protect you, but so many other young girls out there who wants to, who needs help.
Yes.
Or who needs somebody to talk to. Or who needs somebody to hear their voice.
Yeah.
And so that's very courageous of you to come out and share that with us.
Thank you.
So what will you say about this particular topic? What made you come out, and how, what do you hope to get out of?
What would I say about this particular topic? It's something that I'm very passionate about. Women's rights is something that I am very passionate about. What made me to come out is that one of the experiences there is my experience, and it's something that I have been suppressing for many years, so many years. And I was just like to the point where it's like, you know what, I'm tired of suppressing this. I want to put this on paper. I want to be an advocate. And when I did come up, I saw an influx of a lot of women in my community, a lot of young girls and people who I grew up with, coming to me and telling me their stories. And then I was able to be a support for them. I said, hey, it's your story, your time. Let me know how I can support you. If you need me to send you inspirational quotes, if you need me to sing your song, anything, let me know how I can be a support for you. It's like, me too, we're in this together. We're really in this together. And again, going off the topic of mental health, it's a very triggering topic to talk about. It's a very triggering topic to even tell your parents about. And so focus on mental health, just taking care of your whole body, just taking care of yourself.
With that said, have you ever been able to talk to your mother about this?
No, actually, that's a conversation that I am going to have with my mom in the coming weeks. I think we're planning a meeting that I would sit down and talk to her about it. As you know, my mom, she's a very open person, and so I know she's going to receive this very openly. So personally, I have to gain the strength to even talk to somebody.
I mean, that's definitely being able to write about it and put it in public. It's already something that shows who you are, and you're not going to be quiet. So I'm sure that a lot of people are thanking you behind the scene. Even if they're shy to share their own stories, they will not find their voice because of you. So that's definitely something great, and mom should
be very receptive.
And I hope that a lot of other moms will be able to listen to it. They might not be able to accept it. They might not be able to want to talk about it. They possibly know about it, but the uncomfortable feeling of talking about it or of knowing that your child probably has experienced some of that uncomfortable feeling that you as a mother maybe have experienced it and don't have the voice or the platform to talk about it might come up. But it's good to have the uncomfortable conversation about what's happening in our communities and in the world around our children.
Sometimes we have to be uncomfortable in order to move forward.
Absolutely.
Like you have to put yourself in this uncomfortable situation in order to progress or move forward. Because if we don't and we continue to remain silent and we continue to label these things as Uncle Don't Stop Touching Me as a taboo, then we're never going to move forward as a culture, as a society, as a community. So
absolutely. And a lot of things ties on this topic. We are an organization called United African Organization. We help a lot of Africans and outside African communities, and a lot of the people that we get as clients have experienced different challenges. And sometimes it comes from somebody who is struggling with their immigration status. If you can see on the screen, it says immigration issues. It ties on a lot of different things. There are people who have experienced domestic abuse and different abuse, not because they could not speak up, but they are in a situation where they cannot speak up. And most of the time, when we meet different clients and they are able to share their stories, they couldn't really share those stories because they are afraid. I'm undocumented, or I don't have papers, and how can I share my story? Who's going to believe me? And that's another thing.
Who's going to
what's going to happen to me? So they feel powerless and they surrender into being in these positions of being uncomfortable or being touched inappropriately by these uncles. And they become more and more fearful, and over time it develops stress. From stress to depression.
To depression, to anxiety.
Nobody thinks of, when we think of health, we think of physical health. We don't think of the mental health that nobody sees. Because if nobody sees you lying down, you don't have a problem. Unless you are really lying down, you can't get up, and you are coughing and something is happening, then you are not well. But what about the mental part of it? What about the emotional part of it? What about the stress? So we need to really take time for ourselves as women, as well as men. We are not excluding anybody. It's very important for us to take care of ourselves and not limit. We're not limiting this to just women, but the floor is open to everybody who wants to talk about this topic. As you will see on the screen, there's Ingwan. And she and her friend are talking about Uncle Stop Touching Me.
And I would like to clarify that Uncle is put in quotes because we are using it in this, we define how we're going to use it in this article. And so what I've been getting is a lot of backlash from people saying that, oh, that's not what an uncle is. You would want to clarify that, don't use uncle, use this. And it's like, no, this is a term that we're going to use, and we're going to put quotes in it, and we're going to define it. And again, uncle is an interchangeable word. You can put grandpa, sister, brother, cousin, dad, mom, anybody. It's like you can say, Dad, stop touching me. It's the message that we're trying to portray and get across.
So it's not limited.
It's not limited.
We're not putting uncles in a box. And we are not trying to limit that to just uncles. It could be anybody. So as she explains it, we have the opportunity, young girls like her have the opportunity to have somebody who can speak up for them.
Yeah.
And that's what we definitely hope that a lot of parents,
Yeah.
be it a father or a mother or uncle, would be able to listen to their niece, nephew,
Yeah.
daughter, son, who wants to share what they're experiencing in
And the
their
first
community.
part, yes, and the first part of, healing and moving on from a traumatic event is sharing your story. And I think that's very important to share your story with someone who has been there and who understands you and who's not going to judge you and who's just going to give you that safe space to fully encompass what has happened and how it has impacted you, and then figure out what to do from there. And again, it's your story, your choice. If you don't want to do anything about it, that's fine. If you want to do something about it, then definitely get those resources in order for you to move forward.
That's definitely great. And you are not, as of now, you are not talking about your own personal experience to say, who is this uncle?
Yeah.
Who, that you had such a bad experience with. Are they just one person, or just so many different uncomfortable
Yes.
situations that you've been put through?
Yeah.
And you don't, you're not calling names?
Yes.
So you're saying, hey, it's happening?
Yeah,
And
we're giving specific details.
Yes. And you're not just talking about one person, you're talking
Yeah.
about other friends of yours who are
Yeah.
saying, oh, me too.
Yeah.
Somebody did that to me, and I didn't know what to say until
Yeah.
now that you have had the courage
Yeah.
to come out and, and voice it out.
Yeah.
So we do hope that more and more parents will be willing to listen.
Be receptive to listen and just not say forget about it.
Yes.
And just not say move on. But we hope that these conversations, especially in my community,
Yeah.
can start being held, and we can hold these uncles responsible of their action, because when we don't say anything about it, it continues and it becomes toxic. And so we keep on building this toxic community where these young girls are being sexually violated, and it's a taboo to talk about. And going off of reproductive justice is all about taking care of your core personalities, which is like your whole person. So it's all about taking care of your physical, mentally, and spiritually, like Maribel mentioned. So giving a voice to those who are marginalized or who feel marginalized because their body have been misused, and just giving back that autonomy. That's the word, giving back autonomy to them, so they can use this autonomy and feel empowered in themselves and in their body as well.
So that's definitely wonderful to hear that from you.
Yep.
I do hope that next time when we're here, you can talk, bring some of your
course.
friends
Yes,
who
yes.
are willing to talk about this topic, who are
Definitely.
willing to address this issue. And I would like to know after this, if they are parents who also, who came to you or open to you, or your friends who are able to talk to their parents and
Yeah.
hear their feedback.
Yeah.
Were they open to hearing this conversation?
Yeah.
What do you hope that the parents would do? Parents whose kids have experienced this, what do you hope that they can say or do?
I hope that parents who children have experienced this trauma, they should say, first off, say, I believe you, I'm here for you, and how can I support you? Just saying, how can I support you, can form a sense of healing
Right.
in the person.
Right.
Just having someone to believe them and validate their feelings and validate their experience. Making it a taboo is invalidating their experience, and that's something that we do not want to do. And so the parents, please say, I believe you. How can I support you? And I've been getting a lot of how can I support you from different people.
Okay.
And that has just made me, like, my healing has become 1,000 times better than it was.
Are these adults or are they your friends?
They are my friends, they're my aunties, they're my uncles,
okay.
and it's just it feels good to say I stand in solidarity with what you've been through.
Yes.
I believe you.
Yes.
That's also affirming that person is a safe space too,
Exactly.
and someone that you can
Exactly.
come and talk to about.
That's wonderful, and I'm glad that you're standing up to that.
Yeah.
And we are hoping that more and more family members or community members will be able to support these young girls or boys when they come out and say, this is what I'm experiencing, without viewing them as victim or without justifying the word victim.
Yeah.
Because that's another thing.
Yeah.
When you share what you're experiencing and use the word victim, it's also, some people take it differently.
Yeah, they have victim has a negative connotation to it.
Yes.
But as you said, it is what it is. We are victims of unforeseen circumstances, and it's just about how do you provide the victim with the resources that you have in their journey of healing, because everyone also heals differently.
Absolutely.
You might take 3 days to heal. I might take 5 years, 6 years to heal. So, and respecting people's way of healing as well. So, yeah.
So if that makes you uncomfortable, it's going to make somebody else uncomfortable.
Exactly. So take time to heal.
And it's okay. You don't need to allow people to judge you, and that keeps you away. Don't be shy away from talking about what's bothering you. We are here for you at United African Organization. If you need help with health insurance, if you need help with immigration, if you need help with youth development, we are open to helping people with different opportunities and resources in our communities. So we are happy to have you with us.
Thank you for having me.
So happy that you are sharing your stories.
Thank you.
And, a lot of people will want to know, why is she talking about this?
I'm talking about it because it's a topic in our society that people tend to shy away from. Again, it's a topic that makes people uncomfortable. And so just going head on and getting down to the nitty-gritty. We didn't even go into details. We just did minor details in this article, Uncle Stop Touching Me. So I'm talking about it because we need to slam it in people's face and say, this is really happening. People are going through this. Don't ask tomorrow, why did that person, God forbid, commit suicide or have depression or have anxiety, or why did that person do this to themselves? It's because things like this are happening in the background and they're not being addressed or talked about, and they're just being shifted in the back. But sometimes when things do accumulate and becomes a boiling point and it explodes.
Absolutely.
So that's why I'm talking about this.
Well, it's very important to talk about it.
Yes.
And honestly, like I said before, there's no other form to heal than talking about what's going on within yourself.
Yep.
It's a kind of pain that nobody sees.
Yeah.
It's a kind of experience that nobody knows. So you can only heal when you talk about it.
Yep.
And that's what you're doing.
Yep.
So you're not healing by yourself. A lot of people are going to heal from
A lot.
There's a lot of people who are not even talking about it, who have read it, and probably are uncomfortable because of their own past experiences, are uncomfortable to say, oh, that happens to me too. Yeah. But they will silently start believing that there's hope.
Yeah.
That finally somebody else is talking about it. Finally somebody else had the courage, and which you happen to be that person.
Yes.
So I encourage you to definitely keep talking more about it.
Of course I will.
That's why we're here, because I saw your post on Facebook and I thought, this is a topic that a lot of people shy away from.
Yeah.
And even people who might, see them have huge social media accounts, don't talk about these topics.
Yeah.
And for you to actually come out and say, I want to talk about women's issues, I want to talk about this particular issue of Uncle Don't Touch Me, it's you being brave. And I encourage everybody to kind of take a look at it
Yeah.
from that different perspective. Yeah, like you say, you're not saying uncle alone.
Yeah.
It's a lot of insight and other people who are part of that.
Yes. Yes.
So-
Yes, it is.
So you are definitely appreciated
Thank you. Thank you for
For-
having me. Thank you so much for having
for
me.
being brave.
Thank you for having
talk
me and
about
giving
it?
me this platform.
Oh, we have to. We don't get a chance to have
Right,
this.
right.
We don't get a chance to talk about this.
Yeah.
We don't get a chance to say, oh, encourage our young ones to
Yeah.
talk about it. Why should I not give you a chance
Thank
to talk
you.
about
Thank
it?
you so much. I appreciate
You're not just doing it for you, but you don't know where this is going to go. You don't know who the message is going to reach to. And how old are you? 25.
Yes.
You have to stand up for yourself.
Right. We do have
The
to.
time is now. It's not later. There's no more, time to say, oh my God, I'm going to hold on to it. When you hold on to it, you carry on to the next
Yeah.
stage in your life, and that's not what you want to do. So what you've done here is you are inviting so many people
Yeah.
to come around and heal,
Yeah.
to come around and understand, and also to those uncles who are,
Yeah.
performing and being part of this art,
Yeah.
to know that, hey, keep your hands to yourself.
Yeah. There are people who are
Keep your
checking
hands
you.
to yourself.
Yes, please.
Keep your hands to yourself out of respect. Keep your hands out of respect because they need their space.
They need their
And-
mental health to
Yes.
be intact.
And if you have your own challenges, talk to somebody who can help you. Get counseling. It's okay to get counseling.
Yeah.
It's not a taboo to have counseling. It's not, if you cannot talk about it you have not successfully talked about it to your family, talk to somebody.
We trust.
Yes, who you believe. So to all the young girls out there,
You are loved. You are
all
loved
women out there.
unconditionally.
just listen.
Yeah.
Don't judge the girl. Don't judge the boy. They're just being honest. They're just talking about how they're feeling, what is making them uncomfortable, and putting them in situations whereby they're stressed. Stress affects everybody.
Yeah.
So we are definitely grateful, and I appreciate having you.
Thank you for
And
having
I
me.
can't wait for you to join our United African Organization
Yes,
team.
I'm excited to get in and get
becoming part
active.
of the Navigator.
Yes,
I'll be
I'm
looking
so
out
excited.
for when you come and join us.
Yes, thank you so much,
Definitely
Rebel.
do that.
Thank
And
you.
thank you. And as we'll leave this, we'll definitely say, women, take care of your health.
Take care of your mental health,
Yes.
please.
You can go to work, you can do everything. Take
Right.
time off and just rest. Take time off. The bills will always come.
The bills will always be there.
But you want to be here. You want to be healthy, and talk to your children
Yeah.
as well about what's going on in their lives.
Yeah.
Be open to listen to when they complain.
Yeah.
So we thank you. We appreciate you.
Thank you so much.
And to reach out to us, go to UnitedAfricaOrganization.org or look us on Yahoo or Google, and you will find out where to contact us. We are located in 4910 South King Drive, and we are open. Our door is open to everybody who just want to come in for help or just want to talk about what's happening with them. So thank you,
Thank you.
CAN TV.